morning, YouTube. I figured out why sometimes my videos have the sound sounding muffled. There is two places on my computer for a microphone. So, I had that covered. It's one next to the camera, and I had no clue. But anyway, I hope everyone is doing well on this Wednesday. It is 6:14 a.m. my time. And we're just taking a look at the news this morning. Let's see what's in the news feed. Okay, so we see that Russian bombers target ISIS position in Deir ez-Zor, Iran's Hamadan Air Base. This is the Cheese, the channel I was telling you all about, where he's alive right now. So we're gonna check this out. And I don't mind him being live right now, but the music, I do mind that. This is a live feed of what, earthquake? Let's see if he's saying anything at any point. Sometimes he's talking. So we see he's not. Now y'all see all this activity? This is where, look at this. And again, this page is Dutch Niece or Dutch Sense. And this is Earthquake Monitoring Channel. Monitoring. Excuse my mispronunciations. I don't need anyone in the news feed mentioning that. Let's leave that where it is. It's not that important to me. So we're going to go back. And the reason why I don't have music playing this morning is because YouTube attaches copyright stuff to other people's music, and I just don't want to deal, anything to tag or flag pages that are spreading any kind of knowledge is imminent with these people. Now, Greece vows to push Germany to pay wartime reparations, right? Brazil, suspended president offers early election. This is some more no force on flat earth explained. We're getting a lot of explanation or explaining our theories from our brother King Drop. 11 dead as floods hit the U.S. state of Louisiana. Now this is so sad. I have a brother-in-law that lives in Louisiana.
Officials say some of the deaths were accidental drownings. Nearly 20,000 people have been evacuated from affected areas and taken to emergency shelters. Some areas have received more than 50 centimeters of rain since late Thursday. The floods have submerged vast swaths of southern Louisiana, and many homes are still underwater. At least 40,000 houses have been damaged. Volunteers with boats are helping the rescue crew in the western parts of the state.
My brother-in-law lives not in New Orleans. He lives in Louisiana, but in a more rural area. And I asked him, I said, let's go to Utah. My husband mentioned it to him, and I said, we can buy some land and work the land ourselves, and it'll be ours. Now, this idea seems very crazy to everyone, but to me, when you're living in a bowl that keeps filling up with water, I mean, anything is better than to continuously lose. And I can only imagine the amount of mosquitoes breeding, and these people have made all this chemical and biological warfare. You just never know. Southern California fire forces 82,000 to evacuate. We spoke on this yesterday. Again, this is Press TV.
In the U.S., a fast-moving forest fire in Southern California has forced the evacuation of about 82,000 people. Officials say the fire has moved north towards the town of Whitewood, raging through several ranch buildings. The blaze has destroyed 4,000 acres on land and shut down a section of a highway. The cause of the inferno is under investigation. No injuries have been reported, though. Firefighters are trying to contain raging wildfires in 7 western U.S. states.
What's burning, y'all? The trees, right? See, in my head, these people are still attacking Mother Earth. And you don't have to refer to Earth as a mother. That's what I've always done. But, I mean, their idea of helping the situation is dropping a pink dust down on the land. And we don't know what's in that stuff. I truly think they're trying to evacuate California for some reason. Probably resources, land resources. Well, we shall see. This is our brother King Drop. He's dropped another flat earth. I've yet to finish the last one, part 6. I'll finish that today so I can dive into that part 7. Again, this is Ground Zero with Kyle Lewis. Mean Spirited with Jay Dyer. And Jay Bosman is who does the news clips. And again, this is Paul Beckwith. Can Greenland ice caps collapse? He did a part 1 and part 2. It should be very interesting. I follow a lot of the weather. I just think that the earth is chewing up all this pollution and trying to spit it out. It's cleansing itself. Now, Iraq allows Russia to use airspace to hit ISIL, and then later on in the news feed, you have the U.S. Saying they're not surprised. And violence flaring in Kashmir some 40 days into unrest. U.S. police arrest 10 protesters in Milwaukee. Let's take a look at this.
More protesters have been arrested in the U.S. city of Milwaukee, where police's fatal shooting of an African-American man has triggered a wave of unrest. Police say they arrested at least 10 people on Tuesday. Law enforcement officers have arrested a total of at least 27 demonstrators since Saturday, when 23-year-old Sylvia Smith was killed by an officer during a foot chase. On Saturday and Sunday, protesters torched half a dozen businesses, smashed cars, and pulled blocks of police on Milwaukee's north side. On Monday, the city mayor decided to impose a 10 p.m. curfew for teens in an attempt to quell the violence. Smith's death was just the latest in a string of shootings involving police and African Americans. Let's speak to Wilmer Leon. He's a political scientist and he joins us via Skype from Washington. Thanks for joining us here on Press TV, Dr. Leon. Now, Of course, these incidents that we're seeing in Milwaukee are nothing new. We've seen the police killing of African Americans, and anger boiling forward from the communities they belong to. Now, how do you interpret the recent situation in Milwaukee in particular?
Well, to your point, I think the recent incidents in Milwaukee over the death of Seville Smith are just the latest in a unfortunately historically long line of such police activities. And what's happening in Chicago, yes, it is in response to Seville Smith's death, but there is a much deeper undergirding problem that has to do with the fact that Milwaukee, by most standards and reports, is still the most segregated city in the United States. And so when you're dealing with poor schools, when you're dealing with and unemployment, when you're dealing with a police force that operates as an occupying force, you're going to wind up with tensions such as these, particularly in the summer, when things, because of temperature and other factors,
And again, this is for educational purposes only.
Why is it that law enforcement agencies across the U.S. do not understand this? It seems that incident after incident, there is crisis management. However, we don't see any deeper reform, so to speak, taking place.
Well, that's an excellent question, and you're one of the first that has put it in that context. Because what people tend to make the mistake of putting these circumstances in the perspective of good cop, bad cop, instead of understanding that there is an historical problem in this country with the way that police forces have been used, particularly the way that they have been used to surveil and to oppress within African American communities. So the tendency is to look at these situations as they're one-offs or as though they're happening in a vacuum, instead of understanding that there is, in too many police departments in this country, a racist historical perspective and background that runs throughout the entire system, as opposed to dealing with just individual officers, as was just noted in the Department of Justice report that was just released about the Baltimore Police Department.
Okay, so y'all hear this gentleman. I like Press TV because number one, it's not invader news. Number two, they're not biased. I don't know how long they'll even let them report. They're about like RT. They're not based out of here, but it's more news without that controlled point of view. Again, Paul Beckworth, demise of RT. I don't know if he's a global warming, so to speak. He's on the side of global warming. I just don't know. Anyway, y'all see what's the news today. This is the J. Bosman End Times News. We're going to leave off with some of his stuff. Minus the hijack.
It's the September 11 attacks. The US military run bases in a remote part of Cuba. It has been used to hold people considered a threat to the United States. But only 10 of those detainees have been put on trial, including 5 suspects from the 9/11 attacks. The vast majority have not been on trial or even charged with any crimes. That's made Obama the subject of criticism for failing their human rights.
I think that we've talked about this before, but what's important is that anytime, so as we scale down Gitmo and hopefully one day close it all together, the detainees have been vetted through what is a very rigorous process, and I can assure you that it's a very rigorous process. Looked at all of the